Different from the Others is a very important film because this is the first time that a gay character is portrayed on film that we know of.
It is passionate and it is angst-ridden.
For me, the film is still surprisingly modern, not just because of its topic. The relations, the way they are depicted in the film, I think speaks to audiences today too. In November of 1919, there was the German Revolution, and a social democratic government was put into place, and they eliminated all national censorship for film. So beginning in early 1919, a lot of filmmakers began tackling subjects which previously had been totally taboo.
The Weimar Republic was sort of a progressive time in Germany. Sexual politics were being discussed like they hadn't been before. Different from the Others was produced in 1919 and directed by Richard Oswald. And it was co-written by Magnus Hirschfeld, who was a very famous pioneer of gay rights in the Weimar Republic. He ran the Institute of Sexual Research. The lead character is played by Conrad Veidt, and he plays a character that's being blackmailed because he's a homosexual.
The film's original title is Paragraph 175 because that's the paragraph that outlawed homosexuality.
In those days, homosexuality really was men. So what this was very destructive in doing was really limiting the ability for men to have relationships with one another.
Anders als die Andern comes out and is quite successful, but also leads to huge controversies. The film is making the argument that same-sex relations are, in fact, as normal biologically as other natural phenomena.
After that, if you start to look at movies, even in America, we don't see that. We see a very kind of cliched portrayal of homosexuality through film for a very long time. I think that that's what makes this so unbelievable.
It's said that this film in particular was one of the reasons why censorship was then reinstituted by the National Congress in the summer of 1920. A lot of material that was stored in various labs and in various warehouses in Berlin, of course, was lost during the war because Berlin was so heavily bombed.
Different from the Others was chosen because we have such little representation of the early queer community. I think what was found is the equivalent to about 2.5 reels. What we're doing with Outfest is to create a definitive English language version and restore the film to 35mm and basically protect this film properly.
It's very important to have a project like Legacy because it basically restores LGBT material, but it also creates our own history. When we see the materials that have been restored by the Legacy Project, it's extraordinary. This is something that is not as acknowledged as it should be in context, because what we've been able to do here is create an archive that's the biggest of its kind. We have unbelievable amounts of material that nobody even realized existed. But then we've been able to restore movies that were very profound in terms of historical moments in gay culture. And we do have a culture.
The final result for now is going to be the fictional narrative as completely as possible with the surviving material in the order it was in the original film. If we store it in our climate-controlled vaults, it should last 500 years or longer.
As time goes on and we're no longer around, this will certainly survive us.